Welcome to the Thick AF podcast. I'm Dan McLean with Emily.
Hey, it's Emily McLean, aka
I was
Emily
going to
Crampsey.
say that, but I wasn't sure if you wanted me to say that.
Now everybody's gonna know your secret.
Oh my
God.
God! I'm on this show that I've heard so much about.
Oh my God! Who else is here? Sarah. Sarah's here with us.
Emily and Sarah have put on how many podcasts now?
This will
This is
be
our
7.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow! So I'm number 7.
Number 7, but it's only because we forced him to come down here. So my birthday is tomorrow, and he
Happy
came
early
here.
birthday.
Yeah, he had to get a tooth something or other. He had to go to the dentist today.
I had to go to the dentist today, and I
He
had
to go to
surgery
the
done.
Yeah, he had to have a dentist surgery, and he came to my place in Birmingham to
Right.
stay with me. He came back from the beach, and
Him and Karen.
yeah, and my mom, she's upstairs. She'll be here soon,
Yeah.
hopefully.
She's cooking upstairs.
She's cooking some dinner. I can smell it. It smells like shrimp.
We're hoping that she's going to come on the podcast. We're trying to talk her into it.
Yes.
You guys have been wanting her for a long, long time.
Oh,
forever.
forever.
And everybody else has been too. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
they've been wanting her on WDRM.
I know. You know, they tried to hire her to be my partner many years ago, and she
Did
would
they
not
really?
do-
I thought she was just saying that as a
No,
joke.
no, that was true. Mac Bramlett, who owned the radio station, said, "Why don't you have Karen be your partner?"
That would be hilarious.
It would have been great. Well,
But you would have hated each other.
right. We'd have had a divorce. You
Well-
wouldn't have had two parents together in the same house. It
Not
would have
only
never worked
that,
out.
but she does like a 4-letter word or two. So,
Well, yeah.
That, and she doesn't like to. She loves the spotlight, but she doesn't like
she just want to put
people to
herself
know.
there.
She doesn't want people.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be famous.
Right. But
Or
the
local
thing,
famous.
the thing about the 4-letter words, don't you think I didn't think about that? I figured my finger would have carpal tunnel from pushing the mute button every time she went to say something.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because it was
She-
live.
and
Everything was
look,
live.
You would have
back
had to
then.
do all the work too.
Right.
It would have been. She would have been like, "Danny, you're doing this. You're doing it. No, it's not my job. Look, you're doing it." I'm like, I married you, and I'm cooking you dinner. So if I cook, and I'm not cooking you dinner tonight if you don't do this.
I know. So I made it.
Do you want
You
dinner? And
better-
he'd be like, "Crap, I'm gonna have to eat Chinese food tonight."
You've been around Karen enough for the last 24 hours to where you you sound good and like her. Sometimes you can't get it
I know,
quite
I
spot
can't.
on, but it is great
It is
today.
good. So sometimes, yeah, when I'm with her, it's like my dad when he was with his dad, Pop. He would start talking just like Pop. Can you do
That's-
a Pop accent?
Well, that's why we all talk like that.
I know it's where's a Pop.
Where's Pop Pop from?
Yeah, what's Pop Pop was from
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
Yeah.
But he would always do this kind of thing, this talking like that, and we all picked it up. The two boys, your brothers, they pick it up
They
too.
don't do it like you do. No, when we
Hey.
would get around Pop, my dad would just be like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm here. I'm having. You ready for some drinks? Oh yeah.
I know.
Let's go golfing
Hey.
tonight. Oh
Hey,
yeah.
it's 5:00. I think we need to have some whiteys, some cocktails.
Some whiteys. They
he
go
would
to
call it a
whiteys.
whitey.
White Russians?
No.
What?
Whitey, it was just a martini,
Oh.
just vodka. Well, he would have gin.
Okay.
But didn't
Yeah.
he have like a seltzer,
And
like a
no,
water?
he had a spritzer of vermouth that he would take.
But he had like this fancy thing that
Yeah.
it's kind of like a
and
soda
and put
water maker
carbonation
thing.
in the vermouth?
No.
I thought
no,
he did this.
we call it a spritzer,
Okay.
but it really was like a sprinkler.
Oh,
it would,
okay.
It just it would put out a drop at a time of vermouth because
Okay.
you don't want to overdo the vermouth
Right,
in a
right.
good martini.
Yeah.
But that
I
was
love a
his
good
drink of
dirty
choice.
martini. I paid a whole $20 for one on New Year's Eve.
A dirty one.
The only thing I don't like, where
That was when we went to our tasting
Oh,
menu
in
dinner
Hunts-
for
they
New
went to
Year's.
Huntsville.
Not
Where'd you go?
impressed. I left a Yelp review, but I wasn't heinous about it or anything. We went to, I don't know if I want to say it. I feel bad.
Well, tell us so that we can talk, and we'll cut it out if we need.
The
to.
Revivalist. It's off Jefferson.
If that's how much
They
it
had
was,
it.
let
have you,
everybody
have
know.
you heard about
They
it?
had
That's
a-
why I wanted you to
No.
know.
They
about
had a prefix menu, but they advertised it on Instagram as a prefix menu. I think it was 4-course menu with a wine pairing for $80 per person. And so we got a reservation. It was me and my friend Melanie, and then our other friend Kelly. And so we went up there, and come to find out, the wine pairing did not come with it. It was an extra $30. But we're at this nice restaurant that we had to have a reservation for, and we're like, okay, I've never done a wine pairing event. I'm just going to go ahead and shell out the cash for it because surely they know what's up if they're choosing wines to pair with these, courses. It was bullshit. Our first course came out.
Can you say that on your podcast?
Absolutely.
Yes, and Sarah will get mad at me when I would be like, it's Bullshit. And she'd be like, you're not going to say it because Karen doesn't want you to?
I was never allowed to say that on the radio, but continue your story.
See, we have to check a little box that says there's explicit content, and we're
yes.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But first course came out. It was oysters 3-way. They brought a plate with 2 sets of oysters on one plate, 2 sets on another plate. They put it in front of one me, one Kelly, and then Melanie's like waiting. They put just like a little, saucer in front of her for sharing. And Melanie's like, do I not get one? And they were like, well, the chef only makes it one way and he puts 2 oysters on a plate. So because you guys are a threesome, then, you have to share one of And so we were like, okay, whatever.
So you own, how many oysters did you get?
So we each got one of the 3 ways. So it was
okay.
raw, baked, and fried. And so then we had to split like the last round of them or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Our wine never came out at the same time. We had to wait for it.
Was it packed though? So like
no.
So it sounds like
there were people
they were not
specifically
prepared.
just running food. So I mean, they knew what they were. I mean, it was a prefix menu. That was all they were serving. There was no other
that's
option.
A fail.
Mm-hmm.
And so then the bar is behind. So Melanie, asked our waitress, are we not supposed to get the wine with, like pairing? Hello. And
we
so
want
said,
the wine before we have anything. When we sit down, we need wine.
Well, it took us 30 minutes to get the oysters, and from the time that we sat down for our reservation, which is the only reason why I ordered a damn cocktail to begin with, and that hooker turned out to be $20.
Well, that is pretty dang expensive. But I took Emily to Vegas in October. We're out there. We're in the casino. Tired of being in the casino. I said, we're going to go for a walk. So we go down and walk to the strip.
Oh, yeah, that's
It's
right.
like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I wanted a Bloody Mary really bad. So
did I.
There was a stand-up bar out there, and there's this
It
girl,
looked cool.
lady bartender.
Like in the New York
Like a
area.
vendor type?
Yeah.
Like, have you been to Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Like in the
It's not-
New York where they have like the Statue of Liberty and like the
Yeah.
Big Apple thing or whatever.
So Emily and I say, okay, we're going to get some Bloody Marys. We go over there. We're the only ones at this place, but it's a beautiful sunny day outside. And I said, do you make Bloody Marys? And she said, yeah, sure. I said, well, I'll have 2, So she fixes us these 2 Bloody Marys, and then we start drinking them and standing there. At the
Also, they're just
open-air bar.
regular Bloody Marys. They don't have any like fancy anything in them.
No,
okay?
they weren't
It's
fancy
like,
or anything. They didn't
Were
even
they in a
taste
tall
all.
cup or anything?
They didn't taste it. No, they were in a plastic cup, right?
Yeah, they didn't even taste all that good. Anyway, she says, do you guys want another one when we get down to the bottom? I said, no, we're going to go. And she gives me the ticket. It's like $50 for 2 Bloody
Holy
Marys. 2
moly.
lousy
We were both-
Bloody
and
Marys.
But I
for free in the casino.
Hear me out on that, though. I do expect that in a place like Las Vegas. And the only reason why I say that is because I paid $20 for a mimosa in the Las Vegas airport one time.
Well, it's an airport, yeah. I guess
Yeah,
that's-
but I mean, in Las Vegas, I kind of get it. Like, I've also paid $20 when I immediately got off the plane at one of those little stands for a margarita in Cancun. I get that. But at some, restaurant that is like... I don't know,
like in Huntsville, Alabama. Like,
no, that's ridiculous.
You're not that. And also, the problem, my thing is when you go out, you should be getting a product that you can't do yourself at home, or that they are doing better than what you would do at home. And the service should be, it's the service you're paying for, really, because they're making it for you. They're making it hopefully better than what you could do at home, and then they're bringing it to, they're presenting it in a way that you can't do for yourself. So I don't know. That's why you're paying for that.
The service we had for those 2 $50 Bloody Marys was very nice. She was a very nice girl. She had great conversation with us, but it wasn't worth that kind of money.
No.
Oh no, she was very nice. Yeah, that's true.
No, I think I would hesitate before I do a prefix menu like that, because I feel like at that point they're just trying to bang people like through there, like get them through, get them done, get them their courses, get them out, let's have the next ones come in. And that's not what it's about.
Well, it sounds like that place wasn't prepared. Like, have they been open that long? I don't know if they.
I honestly don't know.
And
it was
can
a
they blame it on
beautiful hotel.
COVID shortages, or is it like
No, I mean, they had
staffing?
people running the food. Like, there were specific people that you could tell were probably part of their management team or something like that, and they were running food out. So it wasn't just our server being swamped with tables, which also wasn't the case.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, problem is you don't want to go back there, do you?
Correct.
Yes.
There you go.
So
and businesses are running into that all the time with
which
poor
is unfortunate
service.
Poor
because
service,
also
yeah.
that we're going out for the convenience of not having to do it ourselves.
But
too.
let me just have a public service announcement for all the people out there in the world. If you are going to a restaurant, you would expect somebody to serve you the way that you would want to be served, right? You want to be served. So if you are working in a restaurant, or if you're working in anywhere that serves someplace, you should serve somebody the way that you would want to be served. It's like the golden rule, right? Treat
Right.
others like you would want to be treated.
You've got the wrong parent in here for this conversation. Your mom should be here
I
talking
know
about that
she
right
would
now.
be pissed.
Right. She
Right.
would be, oh,
She'd
yeah.
be-
She'd have a
I
lot to
She's
say
got all
about
kinds of
that.
stories.
Yeah.
We'll get her down here in a minute.
You know, she has fired people before.
She's fired people that she doesn't.
We
she's
were in
like
a
been-
restaurant one time, and she told the guy that she was like the owner's wife and that you're fired, clock out. Honest to God, I swear.
We were also in Las Vegas recently, and she told
Clock out.
one of the servers that she didn't like the sommelier, and she just said it to the guy, like just in passing, and then all of a sudden that sommelier did not show up at our table anymore. They sent a new one, and I was like, oh my God, she fired him.
But guess what? He deserved to be fired.
No, he didn't.
He was awful.
Listen, no.
If you had been
He was
there,
just, I think he wasn't awful. He was just very,
he didn't get
he was
fired.
very like stuffy and like, oh yes, here you go. It was probably the way that most people want a sommelier to be.
What
But
did
my
he
mom
need to do
he
to
needed-
not get fired by Karen?
My mom wanted him to be like personable and be like, oh yeah, I like this.
Well,
and I liked,
Well,
that kind of thing.
sommeliers can be snooty. This guy
He was
needed
pretty
to be.
snooty.
He needed to go to work at Dick's Last Resort.
No, he didn't.
He was awful.
He was not
He
like
was
that.
rude.
Oh my
He was
God.
so.
They give
No,
you the
he
white
wasn't.
hat,
Yeah,
they
and they-
write
and
your
they
name
start-
on there where they
This
like,
guy was-
I don't know, Princess Big Ass or
Yes,
something.
yeah.
Okay,
Start talking about how small your genitalia are and stuff. You know.
Like small dicks.
Yeah.
Is that what they wrote on your hat last
That's
time you
where
went?
that guy was headed. He was fired and he was going to work there.
Oh my God.
Anyway, is it time to take a break?
Are you ready? So
Don't you
anyway,
guys go to a commercial every now and
Grandan, so
again?
we're gonna call him.
Damn sponsor first.
Right.
Shit.
Okay.
So Grandan is here.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, Grandan is used to being on like the radio where they take they only record for 10 seconds and then they take a break and then they don't do anything for the rest of the day.
Right.
So he has like 3 hours
That's
of 10
because
seconds.
if we talked this much, we'd get phone calls from listeners saying, "Shut the hell up and play a song."
No, they wouldn't.
Yes,
But
they
they would back in the day because nobody wanted to listen to. But
No,
now
but that's
people,
why it's called a podcast.
We're on a podcast. They
I
know
know.
we're going to talk the whole time. We're not playing
Right.
songs. Okay.
I understand. Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't understand. Okay, but Grandan's here, Grandan McLean,
Mm-hmm.
and Saucy's upstairs. She's cooking some dinner, so we will.
Go eat
We're gonna go
dinner.
eat dinner, round old Saucy up, and we're gonna try to get her down here. She said she's not
She's
coming.
having a brown,
But-
so we'll see.
Let's get it going. BRB. All right, we are back, and we are saucyless. My mom decided to not participate. We actually did record something the day that she and my dad were here, but she ended up, kind of backing out and wanting to make sure that she doesn't really like the spotlight. So we apologize. We had to miss this week because we were late recording it and we thought we were going to be able to use it, but then she backed out. So here we are, and we are going to we're using the beginning, obviously, of the of what we recorded with my dad, but we're gonna improvise for the rest of it. We're gonna give you guys a new show.
Yeah. Grandan stayed committed, Saucy bailed, but she made a great dinner. So, I mean,
She did make a
she's
great
in the
dinner.
clear.
And then the next day was my birthday, and she and my dad stayed, and my older brother Eric, he came, and we all went to dinner. I unfortunately got sick. I had like this stomach bug, and it was
It
not
lasted
good.
for days.
Yeah, it was like not good. So
No.
that's another reason on top of all that, and I've just been like, out of it. So we apologize. I really apologize for us being late this week. It really upset me. Like, you have no idea. Honestly, you guys are probably not as upset as we are. So
Well, I'm not upset at you.
thank
So,
you. Keep
shit happens.
accept
It's
our
life. Yeah.
apology, and
We're back.
hopefully it never happens again. But it may. It probably will. It probably will. It's already started on, and we're only on episode 7. So anyway, I had my birthday. I'm 35 officially, so I caught up to Sarah, but
Yep.
she's still older than me.
Not
By
even
a
by
month.
30 days. Oh, not even a month. Listen here.
Oh man. But yeah, so do you have some FMKs for us today?
Yeah, I do.
Let's jump right into
And
those.
I am going to have to apologize for my voice. I don't know what's going on. I am not sick. I woke up today and I just sound scratchy. So, my apologies.
I know what it is, and all of our friends know. Her boyfriend Brandon was sick last week,
Yeah, but if that's
and then he showed up at our party.
but it's taken me 5 days to get sick. I don't
Yes,
think so.
that's why it normally takes that long. Yeah, it takes a little bit longer than that sometimes.
I don't know. I thought he was like out of the contagious like stage by
Well,
that time.
but you don't get sick. Yeah, no, the contagious, you get it, and then it like there's an incubation period. There's all things. That's why there's so many things with COVID. Like, you needed to quarantine.
Yeah, but I mean,
until
an
you.
incubation period for me would have been like 8 days because he was contagious before Saturday.
I don't know, but you can still be sick.
So we're calling me patient 0 now.
No, not patient 0. Brandon was patient 0 in this case. You would be.
We'll see. I don't feel bad. I'm tired, and my voice just sounds like this. So, okay. Anyway, because somebody, I don't know who it was, sent you nice flowers for your birthday, I decided to come up with this fuck, marry, kill. Roses, carnations, and Gerber daisies.
Kill carnations, of course.
That's my mom's favorite flower.
Is it really?
Yes.
That's so interesting. Kill carnation, fuck roses, and marry daisies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. I love Gerber daisies, but I never get them because my birthday's in the winter and that they're like a seasonal flower.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can probably get them at some place that has them like
Yeah.
in a weird situation.
Yeah, probably so.
But they're expensive, so.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. I liked that one. What else you got? Got anything else? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to do yours
I'll do
next?
one.
Okay, okay.
Okay, this one's kind of boring. Mountains, beach, or lake?
Oh. Ooh. I'm fucking the lake. I'm marrying the beach, and I guess I'm killing the mountains.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? So give me some. Why?
I mean, I love the beach, first of all. Like, if you were to only give me beach or mountains, I'm going to the beach. I like to sit in the sun. I like to be tan. I'm probably going to look like a leather old lady, but I don't care because I do wear my sunscreen every day. But I love the beach. Love it. The sound of the ocean and the smell, you just can't beat it. I would say probably not the mountains. Like, I don't really go to the mountains a whole lot, and maybe that's why I'm just not like super into it. When I was in New York, we went to Lake Placid. That's like the most mountain stuff I've done in years. So I guess I'm just not super thrilled about it. But I love the lake because Jolene is a boat dog now. And I love watching her in her little life jacket, ears flapping in the wind on the boat on the lake. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I used to think that I liked the mountains more, but now that I've gotten older and smarter, I like the beach more because at the beach you're just lazy and you lay there and you get drinks, and then sometimes, if you're at a beach where they have servers and they bring you drinks, they bring you drinks for you.
yeah, or if they have a
Order your
beach
food.
bar.
Right.
Yeah.
So the beach I would probably marry I don't know. I might marry, no, I'm going to marry the beach. I'm probably doing the same as you. I'm fucking the lake. Actually, I might fuck the mountains and kill the lake. I love the lake though. but it's gross.
No.
It's really gross.
I mean, kind of, but like, I don't know. It
Yeah.
depends on what lake you go to. Like Smith
No, all of
Lake.
them are gross.
No, Smith Lake is beautiful. Sometimes you can see all the way to the bottom of that hoe.
I don't know which Smith Lake you've been going to, but it is not the same Smith Lake that I've been going to. That they're all just gross to me because everybody pees in it and it just like sits there and it's just like the ocean. You know when there's like a day in the
So
ocean
when
where
you
there's
go
like a
pee
bunch
in
of
the
stuff
ocean,
floating on
it's
it.
fine because it's moving and you know
and
it's not sitting
huge.
stagnant.
Yeah, it's not sitting stagnant. It's like,
Okay.
yeah, it's
Fair
gone
enough.
out. Also, I really don't pee in the ocean that much but I know everyone does. It's disgusting. Why do they tell you to pee in the ocean? And then you go out there and people wonder why it's so salty.
Oh, that is not why. You're crazy. No, I mean, I think nobody wants to do the long walk back up to the room every time you have to pee when you're drinking 10 seltzers a day.
But so, do you think it's okay to pee in the pool? Oh my God!
I do
Please tell
not
me
pee
you
in the
don't pee in the
pool.
pool.
I
Oh my!
mean,
Please don't tell me you pee in the pool.
no.
You looked at me like, yeah.
I mean, I know people who pee in the pool and I just like live with it.
I know one person that pees in the pool who's your friend. Should we say her name out loud? It's disgusting. She's an adult and she's
yes.
a teacher. She should not be teaching children.
Yes, she should. She's
no,
so
because
smart.
she was telling she is. If she pees in the pool, she ain't smart.
Peeing in the pool doesn't make you not smart. It just makes
yes,
you.
it does. Dumb. Makes
weird.
you dumb. That's so gross. I don't want to swim with her. Ew.
I'm gonna count the number of times that you get out of the water to go to the bathroom when the next time you're at the pool.
You should. I pee.
Okay.
I pee more than you do at the pool, and I know because I'm always like trying to get in that stupid door at y'all's pool place, and I'm like, what the heck is this pool, or this door? Y'all are like, just pull it really hard. It's like,
yeah, it's got a magnet at the top,
and people just break in basically.
well, I mean, it hasn't been working for like a really long time. If it was really working, it wouldn't even open with a pull like that. But during COVID, they like weren't locking it, and so I don't know if they just still haven't locked it or if we did like mess it up at some point. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, okay. You got any more FMKs? Or we moving?
Well, I also want to talk about why I'm going to kill the mountains, and it's because it leads into my next FMK. I don't really want to go hiking. I just want to look at them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like now that I've gotten older and smarter, sitting at the beach, you don't have to go hiking. I mean, you can go on a walk on the beach.
Sure.
But it's
But
not
it's
like
flat.
climbing up mountains.
Yeah. And if you walk close enough to the water, it's not that sand that just like moves everywhere and makes it challenging either.
Well, it is still like it's like one side of your leg is hurts,
Yeah.
and then the other. And I don't like to get wet because then when your feet are wet and you get back in the sand, your feet have sand stuck to them, and I hate that. Oh, I hate that so bad.
Listen, there is no possible way that anybody can go to the beach and not have sand in every crevice of their body. It's like natural exfoliation from that and the salt water every time you take a shower at the end of the day. It's even good for your hair.
Okay.
That's my theory.
I know. I just don't like it to be stuck to my feet. You know.
Okay. So I don't really want to climb a mountain, but now my next fuck, marry, kill is exercises of not necessarily like an act of an exercise, but like distance running, rowing 2,500 meters, climbing 15 flights of stairs.
Those all sound terrible. You said how long of a distance is the run?
I just said distance, so I'm going with like 5 miles.
Okay, 5 miles, 15 flights of stairs, or
2,500 meter row.
Honestly don't know how long that is, but I like rowing. But I think 15 flights of stairs is actually really short, and I think I might rather do that than distance run. Kill. Oh, these are FMKs.
Yes.
So kill the running because I have bad knees, so I can't. I used to run all the time. I still hated it, but I did it anyways. Kill running. Marry the rowing. I think I'm going to marry the rowing, and then fuck the stairs.
No. incorrect for me.
You're gonna run?
No, God, no, I'm not running. But
Can we just kill all of them?
yeah, I mean, of course we can kill all of them. I mean, it's not like we're doing it anyways. How do you think we stay this thick? I mean, jeez.
Listen, I was this thick when I was doing Orange Theory every single day except for Friday, but like honestly, the tread was like not the good part. Like it was like I finished on there. And people will probably say I should have started, but if I had started on there, my heart rate would be up
If you did
the
a run
entire
row?
time, and I'd die.
If you did a run row,
Well, no, I do. You do. Have you done Orange
yeah,
Theory?
that's what I'm asking. If you're doing a run row, you want to start on the treadmill?
No, I don't want to start on the treadmill. I want to end on the treadmill every single time. I start on the rowing machine.
Oh, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like to start on the rowing. And
I mean,
then,
I'm not running. I'm walking uphill.
yeah, the running actually at Orange Theory, and I know we're kind of getting into a different topic, but is, in my opinion, running is easier because you're not having to go up those, when you have to like do the, what do they call it, the pushes or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't have to go uphill. I do not like walking uphill at the fast pace. It's like you might as well be running on a flat surface. You don't have to like, you can just push yourself on a flat surface like a
I don't
little
care
bit.
about the
Yeah, I
incline.
would rather run.
No.
Yeah.
So I'm killing running because I mean, I was a 3-sport high school athlete, and I may not look like one now, but I always hated running. Was never a runner. And I would fuck the 2,500 meter row because I hate rowing. I get shin splints from it. It's stupid. And so I would fuck it one time, one night stand, that hoe right there. And I will climb 15 flights of stairs every day if I have
15
to.
flights of stairs is not
I
that
feel
hard.
like I do it every day. Every time I have to take out my dog or
Yeah, but
leave
doing
and come
it
back.
all in a row.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough, but I would still huff and puff and get it done and be done with it. It wouldn't take that long.
I feel like rowing is so easy, in my opinion.
I just don't. I get shin splints. It hurts. I don't like it. It's not
Shin
my favorite.
splints from rowing?
Yeah.
Interesting. That's
And
very-
maybe I'm doing something wrong, and that's why that's happening. I don't
Probably.
know.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Me either.
Yeah, so, okay, cool. Well, so
I have another one.
you got another one?
Yeah. Do you have
Yeah.
another one?
I can do another one, or you can do one. You go.
All right. Fuck, marry, kill. Greece, Iceland, Brazil.
I've never been to any of those places. So, going off of what I've learned on the internet and on movies, you said Greece, Iceland, or Brazil?
Yeah.
I would marry Greece, fuck Brazil, and kill Iceland.
I would do the same thing. And the only reason, like, I do want to go to Iceland because I want to see the Northern Lights, and I think that would be a great place to do that. However, I heard the food is terrible.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know
I mean,
anything
it
about
could just
Iceland.
be a bad rumor, but like based on that knowledge that I have, I would have to kill it because I like to eat food on vacation.
Surely they have something up there that would be good.
Yeah, bread.
But so, okay, so when you know how in the United States there are like French restaurants, Italian restaurants, and you know, they're like Italian American. Some of them are like more legit. Mexican restaurants. When you go to like other countries, because do they have like American restaurants and Mexican restaurants? Like if it's not
I mean, I think that's a little hard to sort of explain, I guess. I remember I went to Europe in high school and I went to Germany, Italy, Switzerland, France, and Austria. And the program that I did, the majority of breakfasts and dinners were paid for. So it was whatever they fed us, which was the local cuisine there. So we did have some opportunity to kind of go rogue. And like, I had the greatest toasted salami and cheese sandwich when I was in Italy. I don't really know if that's like Italian, but I had the best
Italian.
Italian.
I know you said, but when you said Italian, you didn't say it Italian. I just
Oh.
thought about the movie Inglourious Bastards. They're
Yeah.
Italian or whatever he says. I think it's hilarious. Anyways,
I
it's
had
a
the
good
greatest cheese pizza in Austria. So I don't know. When we were in Greece, I mean, we ate Greek food for sure. But every restaurant is a little bit different. Like it may be some of the same stuff on the menu, but it doesn't all taste the
But like,
same.
can you like go on the street corner and get like a hot dog?
I mean, when we went, we went in Santorini for the first couple days because we were there for a friend's wedding, and we kind of had an agenda in the beginning. Like we did a few sightseeing type things or whatever, but we didn't venture off very far, and there were only a couple of restaurants right near where we were staying, and then we went to the rehearsal dinner, which was at this other place, and I mean, it was a prefix menu.
Yeah.
And then when we were in Athens, we stayed in Plaka, which is near the Acropolis. And the only sort of different food we had is when we left the Acropolis, we went and had breakfast somewhere, and it was like a pretty average breakfast place, you know, eggs, toast, bacon, that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I wouldn't call it American. Like, they had some stuff, you know, that, you know, you could tell.
Everyone has.
Yeah, but I
What
mean,
is American food anyways, though? Like,
I think it's
is it like a
but I think
melting
that-
pot of all the foods?
Well, that's yes, exactly. That is my opinion is that you were 100% correct. Like we got a lot of our foods. I mean, I would say maybe Southern food is the most American, but I mean, then you've got
like grits, I guess.
right, but then you've got
But then
like
nobody else
I
eats
mean,
that.
Philly cheesesteaks. Did those come from somewhere? Because that's pretty American too.
Hmm.
I don't know. Like I mean, even the pizza that we have is not the pizza that you're gonna get when you're in Italy.
Yeah, ours is like fried, greasy, nasty.
Well, that and then even their pasta, like their spaghetti is like not red sauce with meat in it. It's basically just chunky meat. Like that's their regular spaghetti
Where?
in Italy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, interesting. I don't know. Never. I've only been to like.
I mean, I've been to the Dominican also and then Mexico, but when we did that, we were at resorts. So, I mean, they had everything that you wanted, the different,
Yeah,
you know,
there's
cuisines.
not like, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's made for Americans or
Right.
anybody really, but
Right.
yeah. So, okay. I don't know. We can do one more FMK if
Yeah.
you want.
Sure.
All right. So we can do. This is all man. This is all kind of East Coast sort of. So like New York City, Atlanta, or Chicago.
Well,
Do you want to do pre-COVID or pre-COVID?
well, it doesn't matter to me because I've been to New York one time. I went home with my college roommate one time for a long weekend. She lived in Queens. I saw very little of it. And so I don't really have like a whole lot to say. Atlanta, I would probably kill it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Me
Like,
too.
I mean, go Braves, but like, I don't really give a shit about anything else.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Atlanta.
No, and I've never been to Chicago.
Oh,
so,
I love Chicago.
well, and I have my company has an office there, so I'm going in May.
Ooh,
I know
that's a
that's
good
a
time
lie.
to go.
I'm going for our holiday party next year. I'm going back to
Oh.
Philly in May. I forgot.
No, that's
So
gonna be cold then.
I know. Well, it was cold in Philly this year, so I mean, Chicago's not gonna be that much different, right?
No, it's gonna be like really cold probably. But I mean, I don't know what the difference is, but like
Oh.
different than it. What I'm saying is different than in May. Like it would be a little chilly, but
Yeah.
they have like the flowers, and it's just
Yeah.
Chicago's
No, I'm
so
not
pretty.
going in May. I have to. Yeah, I have to take that back. I'll go in May at some point, I'm sure. But I would marry Chicago because I've heard wonderful things. And I'm fucking New York, and I'm killing Atlanta.
Same.
Yeah.
Atlanta's. Mm-mm.
I don't
Some
know.
people
My
love
sister
it. I
lived
do
there for
not.
so long, and like I did get to go and like do a lot of stuff there, and I mean it's a convenient place, you know.
No, it's
to go-
not
well,
convenient. You
I
have to
know-
drive like
no, I
4
know.
hours to go 10
No,
miles.
no, I know, but like you know what I mean. Like we went to go see Giggly Squad
from
or
here.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean it's convenient from here, even if it takes forever to get there. Like an event place, anyways, for the things that don't come to Birmingham.
Right.
But I still don't care enough.
Yeah. I also don't really like downtown Atlanta. It's not really my favorite.
No,
Anything. Yeah. Atlanta's not. Yeah. Mm-mm. No thanks.
hate it for them,
Yeah.
but
And
no,
I
thank
don't know
you.
why so many people live there.
I know. I don't, and I've got a few people from work that all live in the Atlanta area, and I'm just like, no, thank you though.
I'm good. Yeah.
I mean, when Jerry lived there, and they would go back to Auburn, they would leave on a Friday to go back, you know, for football games, and it would take them like 4.5 hours to get there. It would take them 2 hours to get out of the city. That's insanity.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't know.
And
This
to
is why
know that that's
mm-mm.
like on the precipice of how you're gonna end your Friday, it would make me want to
Yeah,
puke.
and then people still go out afterwards. They're like, or if you go to work, you have to like leave really early in the morning. This is the same with like DC and New York and like big cities like that too. Like you have to leave your house, bring everything with you if you're going to go somewhere after work, like the gym or like, unless the gym's at your house or whatever.
Right.
You've got to bring, if you're going to dinner, you have these, all these articles online about like taking an outfit from dinner to work, but like here we can just like easily go home and change really quick.
I mean, I thought it was a pain in the butt when it would take me 35 minutes to get home. I can't imagine having like an hour, hour and a half commute that is like a total of probably 20 miles in the morning and at night.
Yeah, no.
I would never, you couldn't pay me enough money to do that.
No way. This is why working from home sounds really great. Or like, you know, I don't know, make like drones that everyone can ride in or something. I don't know. It would still be traffic. It would be like that movie, The Fifth Element.
Yes.
Yeah. Ruby Rod. Okay, sorry. So do we want to do our email that we got, or do we want to do mom stuff?
I want to talk about the things that we talked about with Saucy, because they made me giggle.
Okay. So yeah, so when Saucy was here, my mom, Karen, aka Karen, we brought up some topics and they were actually really kind of funny, like things that when we were little we would talk about, we would do. Let me think about some of this stuff that we talked about. Oh, so when we were little, my older brother Eric, and he was here when we talked about this, he always wanted those light up sneakers, the sneakers that you step and they light up, like for little kids.
Yeah.
And they still have them these days. But like my mom did not, she thought they were tacky as hell and she did not want him to have them. And also, maybe she didn't want to spend the money on them either, but I'm pretty sure she thought they were tacky. So she told him, she was like, no, you can't have those shoes. They cause cancer. So, yeah.
I can't imagine being a child and being like, number one, what is cancer? Like, because unless you've kind of experienced it, you know, in some capacity, I really don't think that it means much other than it's a bad thing, you know? And then also, all you want is the damn shoes.
Right, exactly. Cancer shoes.
I was just saying that, like, when you're a kid, all you want is the shoes. So, like, that's just an excuse, I guess.
Yeah, she just was crazy. She there were so many things that she told us when we were little that were not true. She would tell us lies upon lies upon lies about stuff that, because she either didn't want to spend the money on it or she just didn't want us to like do something.
You should find some light up shoes and buy them for Eric now.
Oh my God, he would love them. You know, when he worked at this hospital, I won't say what it is. He used to wear those Heelys. Remember those Heely shoes that had like the roller skate thing in the bottom of them? He used to wear those and like roll around everywhere to when he worked. It was so funny. So yeah, he probably loved them.
I think you should try to find him some.
Well, yeah, we'll have to look for some. I think he's a size 12, so you know, we'll see. If anybody knows about any light up shoes for adult men, let me know.
Please let us know.
I think they have some. I think one of our friends who got married, or one of my friends, I don't know if you were really friends with her, but you probably know who she is. I believe she and her husband like had light up shoes. I know she had light up tennis shoes for her wedding, but
oh, cool. Yeah.
I don't know if he did. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll have to look into it then.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah. So she would take us to McDonald's or like Burger King or whatever fast food place we were going through the drive-through. And usually it was McDonald's because there was a McDonald's right down the street from our house that like opened up when we were little. She would take us through and we'd be like, we want a number 5, a number 1, a number whatever. And she'd be like, we ain't, and she doesn't say ain't, but we ain't doing numbers. You're eating off the dollar menu.
So you guys each got like a cheeseburger and you all split like the small fry.
Or she would get like a large fry and she would eat all of them and then like give us all like 3 fries each. And did your mom ever do this? Like if you got like a Happy Meal or whatever, and which was like rare. I'm just kidding. We did get a Happy Meal sometimes, but she would be like, Happy Meals are too expensive. They're not anymore. But like she would get us like a dollar menu burger because we wouldn't eat all this stuff in our Happy Meal or whatever. So what she would do is she would get the French fries, she would get it all, and she would like eat a bunch of it out and then hand it to us. And I'd be like, where'd my fries go? Where's all my chicken nuggets?
No. Well, here's why my answer is no. Because Dawn never let us eat out. Like rarely ever.
We didn't get to either.
I mean, for the majority of the time we were having a sit down meal at home, like sometimes even after a sporting event or whatever.
Same.
We also didn't have a drive-through at our McDonald's in town. You had to like go
What
in.
town?
So in Canton.
Uh-huh. Oh, uh-huh. Kahua? What?
Canton.
Canton?
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't have a drive-through. And then we didn't have, that was our only fast food place for a long time. And then Burger King came. But, I mean,
What is the population of that town?
I don't know. I'll Google it or something.
Population 0?
No, obviously not. But anyways, she would never let us get fast food. And so my grandparents, my dad's parents, he would get us fast food breakfast. He liked to go have coffee with his friends, my grandfather, Papa, and he used to have coffee with his friends on Saturday mornings, and then he would bring us breakfast back, and he would buy the toy for us or whatever. And because we would go to their house on Friday nights, and we would have breakfast for dinner on Fridays, always. Sugar on the grits.
That's disgusting. At least y'all had grits, but sugar on the grits? No, thank you,
I don't
sir.
eat them that way anymore.
Okay,
now.
so that's what we need you guys to comment on. To send us an email or let us know on the Instagram whether or not you eat sugar on your grits, or just if you
cheese
think,
and butter, salt, pepper,
or just what you put on your grits.
What do you put on your grits? Yeah, that's a good question.
I like grits with cheese, but
Me
I
too.
like mine to be heavy cream in there, or some cream. Oh, if you make them just with the cream and they're so thick, I like
never
those
had
stick
them
grits.
just with cream, but we ate shrimp and grits at my dad's house. Me and Brandon went out there on Wednesday, and we had shrimp and grits, and Brandon made the grits, and mostly water, but then also a cup of heavy cream at the end.
Were they the thick ground grits, or
They were
were
the McEwen's grits, the local grits.
Oh, I don't know what those are.
Oh, they're so good. If you go to a restaurant around here, most of the time it's going to be McEwen's grits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But speaking of things that my mom wouldn't let us do, well, first of all, they get Josie's just about once a week now. So, I mean,
What's Josie's?
Pizza, the pizza place that I worked at in high school. So, Mom, that makes me really angry that you have pizza once a week now and we never got to eat out. So, just I had to get that off my chest. And Dawn also never let me skip school. Never. You want to know how many times I was sick in high school? 4 years. 4 times, once a year. And it was when I was legit sick.
But were you really... Oh, okay, I was were you really sick? But why would she let you skip school? Then you'd have to be at home with her. Or she couldn't go to work.
I was in high school. Of course I can stay at home by myself.
Oh, what did you want to skip school for?
I don't know. Maybe I just didn't want to go. I was a straight A student. But it was because the sports. If I missed practice, I couldn't play in the game.
That's nice of your mom, because my mom, she thought that, oh, this is good. Oh, this is good. So she thought that my sports and things, which I was a cheerleader. I didn't really play any other sports, I don't think. I mean, yes, cheerleader. I did intramural sports, but I was a cheerleader. So I had to go, but I was at all the sports games because I was a cheerleader. She thought that practice, so when I was a cheerleader, our practice was 7th period, and it was a class. We got a grade for this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was literally I got a grade. If you miss practice, and it went after school too, but if you miss practice, you got grades, points deducted from your grade if you missed this and that. Oh no, my mom thought that being a cheerleader was a privilege, which it is. She thought it, and it was not, because it was not something that I needed to do for a grade and things like that. She was like, this is allowing you to do this, and it's an extracurricular. So if you get in trouble, you're not going to cheerleading. And I was like, Mom, you can't do that. I would you legit can't do that.
Wouldn't she have to sign you out of school?
Yes. Or she would, yeah. But so 7th period, yeah, I would just have to go home. Or if I didn't go to a game or something, yeah. If you don't go do a game, that counts as your grade for your class. So she would just be like, you can't go to this game. She thought she could, and I'd be like, no. It would be a whole thing, and we would go over it, and I'd be like, do you forget that you think that? Oh, she would try to use it against me. Oh, well, you're just not going to go to cheerleading then. And I'd be like, okay, well then I'll get an F, and you can live with that.
I am shook right now.
She's crazy.
Because I could not miss school even if I wanted to. Even when I was sick, my mom would still obviously if I wasn't contagious, she's a nurse, she knows, whatever. For the most part, anyways, if you're contagious. And she made me go because I had to practice.
Well,
I had
that's
mono
the thing is
one time, and she made me go to softball practice, and so my coach felt bad for me, but I think he also wanted me to play in the games. But he would it would be my turn to do whatever. He would let me do it, and I would sit down on first base when I was done.
Well, see, like sports, it's you're on a team, and you were it's supposed to be teaching you to show up for your team and certain things like that, and you don't let your team down unless you legit have to. And you can't. My mom was just like, oh well, it's just like she just thought that, I guess because she knew that I liked it, that it was the only thing that she could use against me for, like, she just didn't know how to punish us or me. I don't know.
Ground you, tell you can't hang out with your friends.
See it.
What?
Yeah, no, that's, yeah. It was, she's weird. She's a weird lady. I'm telling you. You have no idea. I remember we would get in fights about that all the time, and I'd be like, you legit, you like, really, you can't do that. And she never did. I mean, I don't think it ever happened, but we got in fights about it, and I'd be like, okay, well then I'm just gonna get an F and then, or get points taken out, like, from my stuff. Like, she's wild.
What'd you get in cheerleading?
I've got an A, but, like, you know, I did, like, when I was in
I was
middle
really
school.
hoping you were gonna say like a C or something like that.
Well, yeah, in middle school we didn't have a class for it, but we had, I don't think, but you got demerits. And so if you didn't show up for, or whatever, or if you didn't have your ribbon in your hair, or you didn't have the right shoes on, or the wrong socks, you had to have everything right, and you got demerits. Oh, I got so many demerits because I always forgot something. And it was, I don't know why.
You're so well prepared.
It was usually
now,
because I
though.
was late. I know. This is why, because I was late because, we'll just say, I learned a lot from the mistakes of my parents. Thanks, guys.
And now you're well prepared and on
Lord
time.
have mercy. Well, sometimes, yeah. I mean, like, I try to be on time, but most of the time I am. But, you know, it just depends on what it is.
I think it depends on how high your ADD is that day.
No, I don't think that's what it is. I think it's more of a if I've got a lot going on that day, and I know that it's something that I can be late to, I'm just going to be like, okay, well, I need to take a deep breath here,
Yeah,
and, like, be able to,
fair.
I need to let myself be late to this.
Yeah.
And I try to do that because I sometimes get frustrated, and I'm like, and I still do. I get anxiety when I'm going to be late for stuff. Like, when we were going to dinner for my birthday, I was, like, having a panic attack that we were not going to be there right at 8:15 because for our reservation, and my mom was still sitting in the car. Listen to this. Okay, so I listened to this comedy show. I forgot who it was, on Netflix the other day. And I called my dad the next day, and I was like, oh my God, this is so funny, because the guy was talking about how his wife, he was like, my wife, we've driven 30 minutes to get to our dinner or wherever we're going. And I get out of the car and I look back, and my wife's down in there, and she's like digging in her purse. Her shoes are off. And he's like, what are you doing? And she's like, doesn't have her shoes on. She lost her shoes, her socks, like everything's done. And I'm like, this is my mom. I'm like, and he's like, you've had 30 minutes to, like, have all this stuff ready. She's putting on makeup still, and she's like, oh shoot. And, like, but, like, the whole time she was, like, not ready. And you're like, why are you? So, and Eric, we got out of the car. This happened at the restaurant. My mom literally was like, I don't have my shoes on. And we were like, oh my God. And I was like, Dad, this is just like that comedy thing. I was like, yeah, I forgot. You told me about that. And Eric was like, Emily, this is why I love you. He was like, I don't know why no guys want, like, or he didn't say that. He said, I don't know why you aren't married and not every guy wants to date you, because you're perfect. He was like, if they all knew. And I was like, yeah, I need to get a sign to hang around my neck that says I'm perfect. But he was like, seriously, you are. You're the only. He was like, my wife does it too. Everybody, like, they're like not prepared. Why are people like that?
I don't know.
I don't like it when other
kind of
people
stuff.
are like, I don't like to
lackluster about, like, a plan or not prepped. And
well, I don't want other people to wait for me.
Yeah.
Because I feel bad, because I know how it is to have to, like, wait for somebody else.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm always trying to make sure that I'm, like, ready to go.
Okay.
Like,
so this is a really great transition. Can we now talk about the email that we got in reference to you pimping yourself out and podcast dating?
Yes. So we got an email. So I'm going to give a little backstory if you guys did not listen to our last episode for the wrap up for 2022. We, instead, Sarah told me that I needed to do a New Year's resolution and start dating again.
Get back on the apps is what I said.
And I said, no, that sounds terrible. So she was like, well, we pimped me out on here. So I don't know if Sarah did it or if I did it, but we said, if you are interested in dating me, send us an email at thickafpodcast@gmail.com. Well, unfortunately for the first week or so, we didn't get an email, but then we did get an email.
And it was very well written, and a lot of thought went into it. So that's why I think it took a minute to get to us.
Also, I think we need some more listeners. And I think all of our friends out there, if you guys, I know you guys are always like, oh, all my friends are like, why aren't you dating anybody? Are you going to date? Blah, blah, blah. Share the podcast so that we can get more followers and that more people will listen. Please. Thank you. That's an order. Okay. So I'm going to read the email and just bear with me while I get through this. If you guys are ready for this. The subject of the email is Down with a Thickness, THICC-ness. And then it says podcast dating. It says, Emily, well, I may not be a billionaire or a South African musician, but I do have a job, a dog, a house, no kids, and a mutual disdain for the online dating community as a whole. If that don't make you want to crash into me, I don't know what will. Now, I can't take you places on a private jet, but I've got so much to say about the ones I maintain. I'm sure we could have a good time. What would you say you and me minimize the space between and two-step like a couple of dancing Nancys to the song that Jane likes? Funny the way it is that I even have to mention this, but I'd love to cover the fact that I'm no Cortez the Killer. No gravedigger will be needed. So you don't have to worry about anything weird like that. I understand there might be a bit of Gray Street because I'm friends with Sarah. I'm sure she will vouch for me and assure you that I'm sweet up and down, and that at my worst, I'm just a drunken soldier. Personally, I think I may be the best of what's around, but that may be a little too much. Unfortunately, I don't know any Dave Matthews songs, so what would you say if I said I'd be down to go on a date? Pete. His name is Pete. P.S. Full transparency, I'll probably find a way to get on your nerves. So that was so nice, and he put a lot of effort into that.
Yeah, if that doesn't like make your your heart tickle a little, then something's wrong with you.
Yeah, that was really nice, and Pete, you put a lot of effort into this. I can't believe you did this. Honestly, like, this is wild.
And he is one of our biggest fans as well. He got a little shit for not having an episode this week, so we're making up for it now.
Oh, did he say something?
Yes, I got a text.
What did he say?
No episode
was it because he wanted to be on it? Because he wanted us to read this?
Yes, because I did reach out to him when we recorded earlier this week, and I was like, we had already done it, so I mean, it was kind of a done deal, but I figured he would say yes, but I was like, can we say your name, in the podcast? And he was like, yeah, I don't care what you say. And I was like, okay.
Oh, yeah. So I do want to mention that. So when Granddad and Saucy were here, old Dan and Karen, I read this to my parents before Sarah got here this week. And my mom was like, oh, my God. She's like, is he coming over tonight? Or when is he going to come over? She's like, what does he look like? Is he tall? How tall is he? And she's like, I mean, is he at least 5'8"? I mean, that's okay. 5'8". And she's like planning our life together. She's legit. And I'm like, seriously? He just wrote an email, Mom. Like, I've never met him before. I don't know how tall he is. I've never talked to him in my life. He's Sarah's friend, but like, chill out.
He is a very, very nice, kind human. He likes to have a good time. He also plays music. He can play the guitar. He can cook.
So, Pete, how about Sarah gives you my phone number and we can talk about going on a date?
Yes, I love it.
We'll see what happens. But I don't, we'll see. You probably won't like me. That's usually what happens.
No, it isn't. That is ridiculous, first of all. But there was also a proposal from, I can't remember if it was your mom or your dad, but a proposal that we, do like a podcast episode on the first date.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. I don't know. Like, do we think that that's going to make it a little awkward, or should, do you want to come over? Since Sarah, I would trust that you could come over here for the first episode, like, and be in my house and not like murder us. But is that appropriate?
Well, I mean, I think it's up to him whether or not he wants to do that. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? If he wants to like take you out on a date, I guess you could go out on a date. And if you hate each other, then we're never going to put him on the podcast.
Also, like, what type of date would you take me on? like, I don't know.
We need a follow-up email, Pete.
Yeah.
Peta,
Follow-up email.
Follow-up email.
What do we need him to
She's
answer?
accepting your proposal for a first date. So write us an email and let us know what this first date is going to be like.
Yeah. And then, but also Sarah's going to give you my number, I think.
Yeah,
Right?
for sure.
Yeah.
I will.
So, you're welcome. I mean,
All right.
and thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. And you're welcome.
Yeah.
Also, so that's what's up.
Yeah.
I
I
feel
think-
weird about it. I feel so weird
Don't.
because it's like your friend, and
Don't.
I
He's
don't
a
know.
good person.
I know you said that, but like, I don't know. I also feel odd. I don't know. I just feel odd. It's just dating. It's like weird for me.
Well, I know.
Especially with all the people watching. They're going to be like, everybody's going to be like, how was your date? Oh, and then my mom, oh, it's just annoying.
Hello, on episode like 3 and 4, my brand new boyfriend was on here. So like,
Yeah, but you had already gone on dates with him and you had been talking to him for a long time. So like,
well,
that's way
true.
different.
So we
I've
don't
never
have to do
I
the
did talk to
first
him on that
date.
FaceTime for like 30 seconds that one day, but
I mean, we don't have to do the first date. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll let you guys know what ends up happening.
I
for
don't
sure.
normally like a lot of people in my business because nice. I mean,
Well,
I don't not
Guess
mind.
what? You shouldn't have done a podcast
Well,
then.
no, that's different than like my mom and dad knowing like the people I'm dating, because they are always going to ask you. And if you just like, when people are all up in your business and you're trying to date somebody and then you just don't like that person anymore, you really like the person and then you don't like, and I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, people are like, well, what do you think? And I'm just like, I don't know.
Well,
It
they
has
don't
only
listen
been
to
one
the
date.
podcast anyway, so what's it matter?
Well, they might listen to it now.
This episode, just to make sure
I think they
that
do
Saucy's
listen to
not
it.
in it. I don't know.
I think they do listen to it, but they pretend like they don't, because my mom
Maybe.
is upset that she thinks that I say cuss words.
And you want to know what I did all night on Monday night? Said cuss words. And you want to know what Saucy said? Nothing.
No, she said some stuff, because I went back and listened to a little bit of it, and it was not. Honestly.
What do you mean?
Wait.
I was saying she said nothing to me.
I know, but she
about
doesn't
having
care
a potty
about you
mouth.
doing it. She cares about me, and she's like, because I'm her baby girl, and I'm supposed. But she does it too. She curses, like, in my entire family does, except for me. I mean, sometimes I do.
Do you want to say a bad word real
No,
quick?
I don't really have a feeling to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's fair enough. So we're going to wrap it up today. And thank you for being patient with us and joining us again.
Yeah. Also, I do want to have a call to action. We need you guys so that we can get better. We can get better at this, and we can, get more listeners and things like that, and we can continue doing this for you. We need you to go out to our Instagram. It's Thick AF Podcast on Instagram, and share our posts. Give us some likes, some hearts, or whatever you call them. Go on, Apple
Follow
Podcasts.
us if you don't.
Yeah, and
follow
subscribe.
Us on Apple,
Follow us, yeah.
Spotify.
Hit that thumbs up. Give us some
yeah.
comments and ratings and reviews, and we can, when we get those, we read those. And if you have any emails, the emails are great too. But sharing this is what's up. Sharing is sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. I was hoping you were going to say
Yeah,
that.
sharing is caring. So please share. And like us. If you don't like us, you don't have to. We're not for everyone, but hopefully we are.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate y'all, and we will be back next week.
All right. Toodaloo. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I have to go.
I don't know why it's so good.